What's happening, guys? It's Badnakpal for iGyaan.in, and today we're going to be unboxing and taking a look at the Sony. That's right, it's no longer Sony Ericsson, it's Sony Mobile Xperia S. It comes with Android 4.0 upgradability. It doesn't come with Android 4.0 out of the box, but I believe the update is already out, and we're going to be doing a quick comparison with the One X and the iPhone 4S in terms of size and interface and all of that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and unbox it. The price for this is about 30,000 in the market, and on the box it is 32,549. So that's great. You can see on the box here there are tons of things in the device. It is PlayStation certified. It does have a mobile Bravia engine. You do have 3D sweep panorama, X loud sound audio enhancements, an X More R sensor and all of that. We're going to talk about that once we get inside the box, so let's do that. This box is a test box, so everything is not going to be in it. We've already had a look inside, so the first thing that we do see is of course the Sony Xperia S. We've got it in the white color as usual. As you know, I like white devices, so I'm just going to take a look at that. I'm going to put that aside for the time being. Going further in, we have some earbuds for the earphones. We have the earphones themselves. They're really nice quality in-ear earphones, and they are made by Sony themselves, and you do have replaceable ear tips, so small, medium and large. Medium is already on it, and small and large are in the packet. You do have a gold-plated right angle 3.5mm jack, and you do have an inline microphone along with a push button to send and end calls in these headphones or headsets. You also get a bit of documentation, so we need to charge the device for at least 30 minutes before turning it on. You have a startup guide, important information booklet, PlayStation certification. Somehow there is a Sony Ericsson warranty certificate, so we've still got Sony Ericsson books inside, but the startup guide is by Sony, and you have a warranty certificate by Sony Ericsson, which is quite surprising actually. So it's somehow still called the LT261 from Sony Ericsson, but the branding has been removed from the device itself. So strangely enough, we have some Sony Ericsson documentation, but no Sony Ericsson branding. And you also get a gold-plated HDMI cable for connecting with your HD television, so that's great. So that's also in the box. In your box, you will also get a USB charger along with the charging and data syncing cable, which we did not get in our box, unfortunately. So that's everything from the box. I'm just going to quickly get rid of these things because we are going to quickly get back to the device now. So this is the Xperia S. I'm going to quickly get rid of this front protection screen over here. And once you do that, you will see that underneath that is also a screen protector that has been pre-installed for the protection of your device. So apart from the screen cover, you also have a screen protector. So on the front of the device, you have a 1.3 megapixel front-facing camera that does do 720p video. You also have the Sony logo over here along with the earpiece, which is just here, and you have a couple of sensors on the left of the earpiece. Below that, you will see a nice size 4.3 inch diagonal 1280 by 720 pixel HD screen, and this screen actually has more pixels per inch than the Retina display from Apple themselves. So this has a 342 pixels per inch multi-touch screen with a resolution which is really crisp. It also has the mobile Bravia engine, so you can expect it to look absolutely stunning. The screen does take a 10 touch multi-input, so you can have 10 simultaneous touches. Below that, you will see 3 buttons which are not designed like buttons. So there are 3 dots over here. Below that, in this small glass, you will see is the actual logo of the button. So it will tell you what the button stands for in the glass, if you can see that. So the first button is the back button, the center button is the home button, and the third button is the menu, which will possibly turn into the multitasking button once we upgrade to Android 4.0. And you can see the Xperia branding at the bottom of the phone over here. On the right hand side of the device, you have the dedicated camera shutter button, the volume rockers, and the HDMI out port, which is behind this door, which is the swivelly kind of door. On the top of the device, you will see a 3.5mm headphone jack along with the power lock and unlock button. And on the left of the device, you will find the USB charging data syncing port, which is also behind the swivelly door. The kind of doors that I don't really like, but it seems like it's made out of really high quality materials, so that's great. As I mentioned before, you have this really nice glass kind of acrylic center, acrylic bottom, which divides the bottom part from the upper bit, so that's nice. Nice design. At the back you will see the Xperia logo again at the bottom, along with the Sony Ericsson logo, which will now convert to the Sony mobile logo. And you have the 12 megapixel autofocus camera with LED flash, and you do have full HD video in this. You also have a video light mode on this, so that's absolutely brilliant. The sensor is pretty amazing, and you have a secondary noise cancellation microphone as well. So for the time you're recording video, this mic will be used to capture the audio from your subjects. So that's great. Let's go ahead and power it on and see what it looks like. And while it powers on, I'm going to do a quick size comparison with the HTC One X. As you can see them side by side, the HTC One X has the same resolution as the Xperia S, but has a 4.7-inch screen versus the 4.3-inch on the Sony Xperia S. In terms of height, you can see it's only slightly taller than the Xperia S, but it's quite wide if you compare it. And it just adds a lot more screen real estate in just a little bit bigger size. In terms of thickness, again, the Xperia is 10.5 millimeter thick, whereas the One X seems much more thinner than the Xperia S. On the back of the devices, you will see an 8 megapixel camera from HTC, which has an f2.0 lens. Whereas we are not too sure about the lens on this, but you have a Sony Xmor-R lens and a 12 megapixel sensor. So we'll have to do like a comparison of the photo quality to actually see which one is better, and we'll do that in one of our upcoming videos. We'll do a full side-by-side comparison from both of these devices. So let's quickly take a look at the Sony Xperia S interface. You can see the Timescape user interface coming into action over here. You can pinch in to bring out all your home screens, and you can quickly tap to go to one of your widgets. It actually doesn't bring in all the home screens, it actually brings in all the widgets, which is kind of a different approach to jumping from home screen to home screen. From the top over here, you can bring in the notification panel. And currently we don't have a network, so it will show emergency calls only. If I jump into the settings panel over here, go into About Phone quickly, and we can see that it's running Android 2.3.7, but a software update is possibly available, and we will check that once we do get connected properly. I'm just going to quickly take a look at the camera, which seems to be the most interesting aspect of the device. And this is the camera, and you do have a bunch of shooting modes over here: scene recognition, normal front camera, 3D sweep panorama, or 3D multi-angle, or sweep panorama. So a couple of panorama settings. We can shift to the front camera from here as well. If you bring in the menu, you get a couple of options. So your resolution, 12 megapixel is only 4:3, 9 megapixel is 16:9. So aspect ratio is different in full 12 megapixel shooting. You can turn on flash, self timer, capturing method. Smile detection can be turned on or off. Geotagging and all of that is also available in the camera. So you get a bunch of options here in the camera. We're going to upload some samples from the camera once we do start using this device. Let's take a quick look at the dialer over here. We have the standard Sony dialer, and you have contacts over here, and you can set up your favorites as well. Tapping on the home screen should give us the customization panel, so you can go into widgets and add a couple of Sony Ericsson Sony widgets. So you do have Track ID, which is there, Xperia Smart Tags, a couple of apps which are Sony standard are going to be on this device. In terms of size, I'm also going to do a quick comparison with the iPhone, which is comparatively smaller in terms of size. Get rid of my cover. So here you can see both the devices side by side. The iPhone seemingly getting smaller and smaller every day comparison to all the other devices in the market. So in terms of order of ascendance, we have the smallest, which is the iPhone 4S, the Xperia S, and the One X, all in white color. You can see we have an 8 megapixel camera, which is a 5-lens image capture system, one of the best cameras in the market right now. Again, all three of these phones have amazing cameras. We have a 12 megapixel X-Mode-R sensor. Sony manufactures the camera sensor for the iPhone as well. So a similar kind of camera sensor, but the lens system is different on the iPhone 4S. We have a 12 megapixel X-Mode-R in the Xperia S, and the One X has an f2 lens, so has a great capture quality, but the camera failed to deliver on the One X. If you would see our review, and you can jump to our review over here. I'm going to put the review over here. You can jump to our One X review and you will know the camera quality is not as good as we'd like it to be. But there you go guys, this was a quick unboxing and quick look at the Xperia S. We'll be coming out with a full review shortly, along with camera samples, camera image samples, video samples, all of that's coming to you shortly, so stay tuned for that. For more unboxing videos, reviews, tutorials, log on to iGyaan.in. If you have any questions or queries, you can leave them in the comment section below, or catch us on Facebook, Twitter, and or Google+. The links to those are on the video right now or in the description below. For quick links, do subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/iGyaan, youtube.com/iGyaan TV. This has been Brother Nakwal for iGyaan.in. Thank you guys for watching.